Welcome to your Leo full moon reading, and this of course is going to be at its climax on February 16th of 2022 at 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can figure out where that is at in your time zone. And it's beautiful. We have this wonderful, exciting, fun Leo energy that's coming about. And I wanted to talk just briefly about, before we jump into your reading, what this energy is bringing in. Of course, every 28, 29 days or so, we have a new cycle of moons, from new moons to full moons and back to new moons, and so it's always going that way. But also around every 6 months we have a cycle of going from the new moon in a sign to the full moon in a sign back to the new moon in a sign. So, you know, the new moon, the last new moon, I'll show you a little card here. I love this, all these beautiful sunflowers, because the Leo, I believe, is ruled by the sun, so this is beautiful energy. The last new moon we had was back on August 9th of 2021, and that energy that started us off on that journey, like it says here, shine, and like the sun shines, right? And that was about finding pride, you know, lion pride, in who you are, remembering respect for yourself, allowing your creative energy to bring like new and unique approaches to any of your challenges. So that was the energy that started up around there. And then 6 months later, here we're coming up around February 16th of the culmination. So during those 6 months, from there up to this point that's the journey that you've been having. So you can look at back on August 9th, see what was happening around that period of time, and just what has grown around your pride in yourself and the respect in yourself and your creative energy from that time. But the Leo full moon energy, this is about releasing now old thoughts and old beliefs about who you thought you were, you know, the old things that you thought you had pride in yourself, or the things that you were using to define your respect for yourself. And now you're releasing those and you're letting go. And like it mentions in here, little lion, go wild. Get out from all that restriction and all those old thoughts and beliefs. It also says that answers are coming. So enjoy your ride, have fun, love, smile, laugh. All of those things help you see and hear answers where you didn't see answers before. And it's about using your energy not to focus on your fears, but focus instead on what you want, not on what you don't want. Focus on what you're grateful for, because whatever you focus on is what is going to grow. So this is what this is about. And I love these cards are from this beautiful deck here. So I'll let you see that in case you want to check those out. And it gives you a lot of beautiful information about the moons and the phases of the moons. And in here, they mentioned like a full moon affirmation, which I really liked, which I'm going to alter a little bit, but they mentioned like the affirmation is, I live in the present and release all past pain. And I want to alter that and say, I live in the present and release all past pain and constriction and suffering and stress, because those are those old beliefs, the old ways of seeing yourself. And this is a transformation of seeing yourself in a whole new bright way, right? So I love this, and we're going to see what the Creator has to additionally provide you for each reading for each of the individual signs, and we're going to jump into your sign right now. All right, all my Capricorns, this is your reading for the Leo full moon. We're going to start off by pulling a card here from the You Are Awesome deck and just see what the Creator wants you to know overall for this Leo full moon for you. One more time. All right, what do you want our Capricorns to know about this Leo full moon coming up, please? Okay, they went to this one right there. Yep, and you've got the me, be me. And I love this card. They're so hilarious, and it is definitely this being the unique you, being the authentic you, not trying to be someone who you're not trying to meet everyone else's opinions and expectations, all those should be's, those need to be's, those have to be's, to really get in tune with the true you and being you, not being this facade of what everyone else has tried to make you be all your life. We're of course going to see what else the Creator wants to expand on here. The tarot and see what else around this being you, around this Leo full moon. So for our Capricorns, okay, you've got the 7 of Cups here, and then you also have the 2 of Wands. Okay, and you've got the 4 of Wands, also the 9 of Wands, a lot of fire energy here, and you've got the 5 of Pentacles, makes sense, and yep, got number 9 here. And yep, 9 of Cups here too. So you got a lot of these 9s happening here. And the 9 would be the Hermit card, of course. And then you got these last 2. You've got the Ace of Cups and also the Chariot. So, and I'll show you each of those cards in more detail as we go around this full moon here. So we're going to start off here, though. This is kind of like one of the big cards for you here, which is the 7 of Cups. Cups are your emotions, and this can represent the confusion of what you're supposed to feel. And I really like this because this is kind of like this, who am I supposed to be? You know, all these rabbits sticking their heads. It's like, well, am I supposed to be that one, this one, that one, that one, this one, that one? And this represents the emotional confusion, but you're coming out of it because you're identifying this is who you really are. You've done the deep diving and you know who that you're wanting to be. And we talked about this in the introduction for this full moon energy too. Over these last 6 months, you've learned to find your authentic self. You've been figuring out through, each of these little rabbits, you've been talking to them and you're like, nope, nope, nope. And, you've been kind of found them empty. They've been disappearing. And so as you've been looking at each of these different, it's almost like the different personalities that you've been trying to be, because like you were trying to be this person for that person, this person for that person, this one for that one. And it gets very confusing because especially if more than one of those people are together and one person wants you to be serious, one person wants you to be funny, it's like, who do I be? You run from the situation, right? But this is this clarification that has been coming in for you, which is so perfect, which brings us into, we're going to look at these 3 cards together first. You've got the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands. Wands is all this fire energy that you have is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your spiritual energy, your aha inspiration. And I like this because you can see that you're looking in the mirror. Again, this reflective type of energy is making itself known here. But this is about plans that you have made in the past because of your old inspiration, which really wasn't based on your passion. It was based on your fear of disappointing people. And so with this being me, this journey that you've been on, you've been discovering who it is that you really want to be, and you've been on this self-discovery. And the reason I say that is because you've got several 9s. 9 of Wands. You've got the 9, which is the major 9. It's the Hermit card, and the 9 of Cups. And 9s are all about self-sufficiency, self-awareness, self-discovery in all those different areas. The 9 of Wands is about finding your true passion from within and not giving up on that. It's the kind of the wounded warrior in a way too, where you've been through a lot and you've been trying, it's like you've gotten beat up trying to live passions that were not your own. But this is this awareness that is coming in for you to really know what it is you truly want to do with your life, and connecting to this innerness. And we'll talk about it more when we get over here. But, really connecting to the inner you, the higher you, to understand how you uniquely want to share your passion, your unconditional love within you with the world. You do have the Four of Wands here too, which shows this stability. Think of fours as like a table with huge legs, and it's a very stable foundation. So your energy, your passion is becoming stabilized during this time, because there is this awareness that came in with all this, with understanding all these plans that you had made before, and the exhausted place it brought you to, and all this confusion like we talked about. You're torn between trying to make so many different people happy, so many different people's dreams that they plopped on you. You are discovering what it is you truly want. And that's what brings us, we're going to look at these three cards together. So you've got the Nine of Wands, then you have the Five of Pentacles, which we'll talk about, and then the Hermit card. And so, like I said, the Hermit card is the big thing about withdrawing out away from the world, away from all those supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and all that other stuff that was being so noisy for you. And this is bringing this into this beautiful self-discovery. You'll often see like a hermit with a lantern, and within the lantern is the star, and the star is you, is your higher self, the real you, not this human character you're playing here, but the higher self, the powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love that you truly are. And so this is reflective of, these two nines here, of you discovering that and doing that deep inner work, that deep inner journey. Doesn't mean you have to ostracize yourself from the outside world, but over these last 6 months, you have been discovering a lot about yourself. And that's where this Five of Pentacles comes in. Pentacles is the outside world. It's your worth, because it's the coins, the pentacles. And the Five is a very transformative. Normally you would see like two people that are hobbling along barefoot. One has a crutch, one has a bandage on their head, and they're out in the winter, walking in the snow, feeling abandoned. And that represents this transformation. Fives are this movement of how you are perceiving things. And so this is a movement of how you have been perceiving your worth. And so you are discovering, or have discovered over these last 6 months, that it's the outside world are not who bring you your abundance. It's not who brings you what you need in each moment, that it is the universe. It is the creator of all things that is our source. They have an endless abundance. They have limitless resources. And it's strictly the humans that are the shipping company. They're the ones that deliver the stuff. Sometimes they don't even need that. It's brought to us in other ways, but it's the creator's hand that's bringing it. Usually in the Five of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot, you'll see like this stained glass window with the Five Pentacles in it, which represents the universe, the creator. The spiritual side is what brings us our abundance, which brings us our true worth, which is what you're finding when you're digging into this, inner journey with the Hermit. And so over the 6 months you have found it. And again, this is like this culmination time around this Leo full moon, as you're looking back at your identity and you're like, wow, okay. And it's really being solidified, because then we're going to look at these cards together. Whoops. And so you've got the Hermit card, and then you have the Nine of Cups. Again, another 9. Cups are your emotions, and so you're finding this wholeness and this completeness within yourself, self-contained in this bathtub, right? So you're really finding this emotional fulfillment, but the 9s are about that you found it from the inside, not from the outside. And so this, again, all these 9s. And you also have the Ace of Cups here, which the Ace of Cups, you can see all these beautiful, these are not all the versions of you like the rabbit here. What this represents is, usually it's the chalice, it's the Holy Grail, it's the gift of unconditional love from the creator of all things, from the spirit world. And this is you finding all this inner love that you're finding within you. And you're realizing that you are surrounded by a host of beings of unconditional love and light that have no conditions for the love they have for you. There's nothing you can do to lose it, and there's nothing you can do to gain more of it, because you have 100% of it right now. The Creator loves you unconditionally. Spirit loves you unconditionally. Your guardian angels and spirit guides, your loved ones who have been here and have gone to the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are, you are loved and supported. And this is also what you're finding when you're connecting to this inner love, and you're also connecting to your higher self. So you are connecting to this beautiful love on the other side, which allows you to see this chariot, this beautiful empowerment that is coming in for you. Because the chariot teaches us that we, no matter what situation comes our way, we are the ones that get to choose what story we apply to any situation. We're the ones that get to choose what emotions we are going to feel in any situation. So we stop fearing so much the future. We stop fearing so much what other people are going to think about us, because we've found that it doesn't matter, you know. I know in this one here, and I don't mean it to be offensive, so if you noticed, she's flipping the bird off to everything else, going, you know, screw the world and everyone else's opinions. I get to decide who I am. I get to decide what everything means. I get to decide what emotions I feel. And so that's what this chariot brings in, is this beautiful awareness that life happens for you. You know, anything that comes, you get to choose what it means, and you have that freedom. And yes, like we talked about, everyone is going to have their own opinions and the popular opinions, blah, 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 but you get to choose what anything means. That's what this card brings us. And lastly, for the tarot, we're still going to pull one more card from here, but we're going to look at all of these together. And yeah, with this unconditional love coming in, this power of choice coming in, this Two of Wands also brings in this awareness that there are two of you that are bringing energy into this plane. You have your human side, which is the one that is your shadow, that is influenced by the fight or flight mode and fear and conditional love and all those opposites, and of course, your higher self. And so you do have this choice coming in here, knowing that you get to choose where you invest your energy. The Wands is your energy. So whatever you focus on grows. And what do you want to focus on? What do you want to grow in your life? You have that power that is within you to do that. So I am loving this. Let me just move these here. And then we're going to grab your final card here from this elemental oracle and just see what the final message is that the Creator has for you. This is the element of what's at the core of this moon energy for you, what the Creator wants you to know. It'd be your final message for this reading. All right, so for our Capricorns, what's your final message for them for this Leo full moon? And here it is. Yep, creation, water. It's a beautiful card there, and we're just going to put that here. Water, of course, is your emotions, which we have cups represented here. And let's see what message this brings. Flow forward with grace and confidence. Be true to your emotions. Do not allow yourself to become stagnant in your ways. Creation is your birthright. Consider what is vital to your happiness and ensure that you seek it. And that really speaks to this finding your passion, finding out what you want to do, with all this innerness here. And it is true that water is life. Without it, we perish, along with the most other life on this planet. We are watery creatures ourselves, with up to 60% of our body composition being water. Our lungs are over 80% water, and even our dry old bones are 31% water. Water is tasteless, colorless, transparent, flowful, and has no calories, but it's perhaps the most vital element on Earth. Water is used for drinking, in agriculture, manufacture, and energy production, and in joyful recreation and baths, right? It is a biome in itself. Water is found in rivers, lakes, and in salted form in the oceans. It's mist, it's fog, it's condensation, and is frozen into ice, sleet, hail, and snow. As an element, spiritually, water is related to flow, prosperity, and the direction of water movement. The tidal cycle is used in spellcraft, with workings done on the incoming tide for the bringing of prosperity, love, and blessings, and on the outgoing tide to remove and release what we no longer desire. Water magic is both powerful and gentle, and almost all ancient cultures had water deities, including Genius Loki, or spirits of lakes, rivers, springs, even man-made wells. As the climate warms, the pressure on water supply will become acute. Also, places that flooded only occasionally may do so with greater volume and frequency, causing destruction and imbalance. This element is water, which, our emotions can flood in and become overwhelming, or we can feel like we're in a drought sometimes too, right? And so this confusion, this clarity around this water going with the flow of the true living waters that you find within you is really what I feel this is kind of sparking. And with this being about creativity comes when you truly connect to your inner passion. Because when we talked about all this confusion and trying to meet everyone else's dreams of who you're supposed to be, your passion, when you wake up in the morning and if you have the feeling of like, I gotta go live my dream, that's not your dream. That's the dream that was handed to you, that you took on because we didn't know any better. We all do that as children and as young adults. We're all given all the supposed to's and shoulds, and we just take them on blindly. But this is about you finding, with all these nines, finding your true passion to where you wake up in the morning and you're like so excited. You wake up early and you jump out of bed excited for the day. You don't like hit the snooze button 15 times, turn over and go, I just wish I could die today because I don't want to go live out there again. So this is this new refreshing water that's coming to, this new passion that's coming to with this awareness of who you really are. So I'm loving this for you, Capricorns. I'm going to leave the reading there. I do want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings for each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates for each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc. Also new moon, full moon, and a few other types. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this reading a little thumbs up and click that like button, and then also click the subscribe button, that means it's going to make this little notification bell pop up, which allows you to select all to get notified when any of the new videos on this channel come out. And doing any of that helps spread the love, because when you like a video or share a video or subscribe to a channel, it makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy it wants to share the videos with other people. So if you feel inclined to do any of that, of course I am very grateful, but never any pressure to do so. And just know that as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing full moon, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, you take care.